So welcome to all of you. So today we will see what is the fundamental theorem of the arithmetic. Okay. So statement of the fundamental theorem of arithmetic is every positive integer n greater than 1. So that means n is a positive integer. Obviously it is a natural number. Okay. So every positive integer, that means what? Every natural number greater than 1 can be expressed as a product of finite number of positive primes. Okay, that means what? Any natural number greater than 1 can be expressed as a product of finite number of positive primes. This representation is unique apart from order in which the factor occurs. Means what? So suppose we have 12. I can write 12 as 2 into 6. So 2 into 2 into 3. So I can write this is what? 2 into 3 into 2. But see, this there are how many primes are there? These are the two primes. So this is our product of the primes. That means what? Here there are, see, the order is unimportant here. So 2 into 3 into, this is the product of the primes. So uniquely this is expressed as the product of the primes. Now see how many primes? Number 2 is occur 2 times, 3 occurs only 1 times everywhere now here. So this presentation is not same, but what here it is what? But this presentation is not same now here. But here what? We have excluded that apart from the order in which the factor occurs. That means what? Here we are assuming that this is what? This product is unique now. Unique. This is uniquely expressed as a product of the primes. Okay. So the order is unimportant to write the primes. Okay. Now see the note. Any positive integer n greater than 1 can be written uniquely in a canonical form like this. So this is the canonical form. So this is what? 12 is nothing but what? 2 square into 3 now. Right? So your 2 is the prime. That means your P1 is 2 and your K1 is here 2. Okay? So now P2 is 3 here and K1 is here 1 here. So suppose you have 24. So how can I write 24? 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 into 2 into 4. 4 into, is it 4? No. So that means what? Write this is what? So 4 into 6. Okay? So 4 into 6. So that is what? 4 means what? 2 square. 4 means 2 square into 2 into 3 again. So this is what then? 2 cube into 3 now here. 2 cube into 3. Okay? So in this way you can write any positive integer which is not 1 as a product of the prime number. So here what? So 3 times 2 occur here and 1 times 3 occur here. So this is of the form. Now this is the canonical form. This is the canonical form and this is not a canonical form then what? So 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Right? This is the expressed as the product of the prime. Okay. So this is the canonical form. Every natural number we can express in this form. Okay. So now there are infinitely many primes. So the prime numbers are started from 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, dot. There is no end. There is no end. So that means what? There are infinitely many primes. So you cannot count the number of the primes. So there are infinitely many primes are there. Okay. So that means this is not a countable set. So what we will do now? So we have a problem. So the problem is that we solve this problem. So what we have to do? We have to express these two numbers. We have expressed these two numbers 819 and 658 in a canonical form. Okay. So 819. Okay. So check whether it is divisible by 3, divisible by 2. So this is odd number. So this is not divisible by 2. So check whether it is divisible by 3. Okay. After 2, the number 3 is fine. So when we say that the number is divisible by 3, if see the sum of the digit is divisible by 3, then that number is divisible by 3. So see 9, 9, 18. So this is number is divisible by 3 now here. Okay. So then this is what? 2, 7, 3. So this is 3. Again Is it divisible by 3? Yes, it is again divisible by 3. So 91. This is what? 91. This is 91. Now check whether it is divisible by, whether it is divisible by 3. No, this is not divisible by 3. Now after that, after 3, then 5. So this number is not divisible by 5, because when we say that a number is divisible by 5, if the last digit is 0 or 5, then that number is divisible by 5. Okay. After 5, there is a 7. Whether it is divisible by 7, yes, it is divisible by 7 now. Okay. So divisible by 7, so 7, 1, so 2, so 3 now. Now this is not divisible by 3 now. Divisible by 13 is directly prime number. Okay. So I can write this 819 as 3 raised to square into 7 into 13 into 13. Okay. Now I have to express this number now. Okay. 658. 658. Okay. I will do like this. Now see, this is even, so this is divisible by 2. So this is 3. So this is 2 and this is 9. Now this is not divisible by 2 now. Okay. Is it divisible by 3? So see whether it is divisible by 3. So 5 plus 9 is 14. So this is not divisible by 3. So is it divisible by 5? No, this is not divisible by. After that, this is 7. So we don't have the property of 7. So whether it is divisible by 7. So 21. Okay. After 21, there is 11. 119. Yes, it is divisible by 7. It is divisible by 7. Okay. So divisible by 7. So this is what? So 3, 21. After 21, see, this is what? 3, 2, 9, 7. So you have to divide by this. Is what? 2, 21. Okay. So 1, 1, 9. Then this is 7 now. Oh, this is 3. 37. 37. Is it 7? No, this is not. One one nine. Oh, so this is 4 actually. 28. Then this is 4, 9. Okay, remainder should be the 0 now. Okay, remainder should be the 0. Then this is 4, this is 9. Okay, so 7. Okay, 49. This is 0. That means this is 47. 47. So 47. Then this is 47, 0 now. 47. Okay. Okay. So now this is what? 658 is equal to 2 into 7 into 47. Okay. Now we'll see the GCD. GCD is equal to. We'll check the common factor now here. Now see 3, there is no 3. 7, yes, there is 7. This is 7. Okay. Now LCM we have to take the LCM. LCM. Okay. So now 3 is 2 is there. See you have to take the 7 now here. First we take the common factor. Only 7 is the common factor. Only 7 is the common factor. We have to take all the rest of the primes now here. So 3 square there is no. So this is what? 3 square into 13 into 2 into 47. Or you may do like this LCM what? So take the product of these two. and upon the 7. Otherwise you have to take the product of this one. So this will be, from this you have to find this. So this is what? 769 86. Okay, so this is the product. You can do like this. Is what? LCM is equal to 819 into 658 upon 7. Okay, so from this also you can do this. So but what here, with the help of the canonical form you have to find the LCM. So this is the better method. We'll take the another problem. Prove that any prime of the form 3n plus 1 is also of the form 6m plus 1. Okay, so solution. Prove that any prime of the form. Okay, so that means what? If your prime number is of the form 3n plus 1, then that is also expressed as a 6m plus 1, right? So that means any prime of the form 3n plus 1, you can express that in the form 6m plus 1. Okay, solution. So only true is even prime. Okay, it is not of the form. It is not of the form 3n plus 1. So only even number is of the form, only 2 is the even number, which is a prime. No even number is a prime. Okay, only 2 is the prime even number. Okay, so that means what? Here? So this is not of the form 3n plus 1. Okay, so that means what here? So therefore 3n plus 1 must be odd. Right? So must be odd. What does this imply then? 3n. Oh, this is 3n. 3n must be even. Because what? 3n plus 1 is odd. If you add 1 in the even number, that number is the if you add 1 in the even number, the number becomes odd. So that means your 3n must be even. So 3n must be even. That means what here? 3n is equal to 2 times m. 2 times m. M belongs to z. M belongs to z. Okay. So this implies that 3n plus 1 is equal to 3. 3n is what? So 3n is even. So n must be. So 3n is even. So therefore n is also. So this implies that n must be even. So simply we write this is what? N is equal to twice m. So 3n. So this is what? Twice m plus 1. So this is what? 6m plus 1. Now 3n is even. So that means n is also even. Okay? Yes. So when see 3 into, so 1 odd into even is always even. Product of 2 odd is odd, and product of 2 even is even. Okay, so this is the end of the problem. Okay. Next problem. Find all primes. Find all primes. Find all primes that divides 50 factorial. 50 factorial. Okay. So we'll write note first. We'll write note. Just we'll write. We know that. Okay. So we'll write in bracket. Huh? Before the solution, we'll write the note. Okay. So the prime numbers which divides n factorial are the prime numbers less than or equal to n. Less than or equal to n. Okay. So this is our note. Solution. So 50 factorial means what? 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into dot 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 into 50. Okay. The number of primes, the prime numbers, the number of prime is the prime numbers less than or equal to 50 are, okay, we write all the primes which are lies between 1 and 50. We write all the primes. So this is 2, this is 3, 5, 7, 11, okay, then 13, 17, 19, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 37, right? 32, 33, 34, 35, they are not primes. 36 is not prime. 37, 39 is not prime, right? So this is what then 41, 42, 43, 43, okay, 43, 45, 46, 47, okay, so 47, okay. So these are all primes. Okay, so how many are this is? So this is the solution now. Okay, so if there is a 30, find the number of, see, we'll solve one more problem now. Find all primes that divides 30 factorial. So for 30 factorial, solution. Just writing this 30 factorial. So 30 factorial is what? 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 dot 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 into 30, right? So then the number of prime, the prime numbers less than or equal to 30 are what? So you have to write all these statements. So this is what? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29. So how many of these numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 primes, 10 prime numbers, right? Which divides 30 factorial. There are 10 prime numbers. Now here what? So up to this is there are 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there are 15 prime numbers which divide 50 factorial, right? Similarly, you can find anything. Now here what? If there is a 60 factorial, 70 factorial, or here what? 49 factorial. See, for 49 factorial, the answer is same. Up to 48 or up to 47 factorial, your answer is same now here. Up to 47 factorial, this answer is same now here, right? So that means what here? lies between what? So that means what? 40 to 50. The answer is same now. Okay. 41 to 50. The answer is same. Right? So same answer you have to write. Okay. Take the next problem. This is very important now. How many prime numbers which divides n factorial? So only I have to find the primes which are less than n. Okay. True or false? True or false? 1. A cube divides C cube implies that A divides C. A cube divide C cube implies A divide C. Okay. So we'll check this. So A cube divides C cube. We want to just write true or false. So what does this implies? C cube is equal to A cube into, I can write this is K cube. Right? So K belongs to Z. K belongs to Z. Your K is integer. K cube is also integer. No problem for this one. I can take the cube root on both sides. So what we get? I get this. I can take any integer. This is my right. Okay. So I have taken this as a K cube now. Okay. Because what? A cube divide C cube. That means C cube is the integral multiple of A cube now. So I can take this K cube. No problem for this one. What does this imply then? What does this imply? This. Right. So A divide C. So this is what? This is true. This is true. Okay. Now second, we'll take the second one. So that means what? A cube divides C cube implies that A divides C implies, that means what? A divides C implies A cube divides C cube. Right? Okay. So now A cube divides C square, then A divides C. Then A divides C. Okay. So we'll check whether it is true or false. Okay. So A cube divides C square. What does this imply? C square is equal to A cube into K. Whatever this. A cube into K. So I can take, that is what? C square. A cube into, I can take, this is K. Other thing, RA now. AR. I can take this K as K belongs to Z. Okay. For our convenience, we will take this. Okay. So C square is equal to A raised to 4. I can take this R square. R square. Right. Where K is equal to A R square. I have taken this K. Okay. So now C square is equal to A square. So I can take the positive root or whatever this root we can take. This is A square R now. What does this imply? C divides A square divides C. A square divides C. No problem for this one. Okay. So now this is what I can write. This is what? A into AR again. I can take. Yeah, no problem. Okay. So that means what here? A divides C. Okay. So this is also true then. This is also true. PE, next problem, next example. Okay, P is a prime. P is a prime, and P divides AN. Prove that P raised to N divides A raised to N. Okay. Solution. P is a prime given that P is a prime such that P divides AN. Just we have seen this what? So P divides AN. This implies that P divides A. P is a prime by Euclid's theorem. P, this is AN. That means what? This is the product of n times a now, right? N times, this is product of a n times, right? So that means by Euclid's theorem, so this is P divides a, and just we have seen this is what P divides a. I can write a is equal to P sum k now. Okay, so this implies that a raised to n is equal to P raised to n into k raised to n. K belongs to z now. Okay, so now this implies that what then P raised to n divides a raised to n. So we are through. Okay, so we are through. Okay. Express 108 and 225 in canonical form, and find their GCD and LCM. Well, with the help of the canonical form, you have to find the GCD and LCM. Okay? Solution. So what we'll do? We'll take 108 here. Okay, so it is divisible by 2. So just write this is 5, 4. Again, this is divisible by 2. This is what? 27. Okay, now this is not divisible even. So next prime number is 3. So this is 9. Again 3. This is 3. Again 1. Okay. So that means what? I can write this 108 in the canonical form is what? 2 cube into, or 2 square into 3 cube. Right? So 108 is expressed in the canonical form. Now next I have to express 225 now. 225. Right? So this is not, this is odd number, not divisible by 2 now. Okay. So whether it is divisible by 3, yes, it is divisible by 3 now. So this is what? 7. So 75. Again it is divisible by 3. Again this is divisible by 3. Again this is what? 25. Now this is not divisible by 3 now. So this is divisible by 5. So this is 5, 1. Okay. So that means what here? 225 we can express in the canonical form as 3 square into 5 square. Okay. Now we'll write the GCD. So now see, 2 is not a common here. 3 is common. So 3 is common here. But how many times 3 is common here? So less power of 3. See here, less power of 3 is 2 here. So that means 3 square is your GCD, and this is what now 5 is not there. Okay, only 3 square is common to both. So that is what 9 will be your GCD. And LCM. So what you have to write is 3 square, and you have to write all the rest factor here. Okay, into all the rest factor of this term. 3 square is taken. So this is what 2 square into 3 you have to take, because what 3 square we have taken. 2 square is not taken anywhere. So 2 square here. Then 3 square you have taken here. So only 3. Now rest of this 3 square you have taken. This is what 5 square. Okay. So now you have to take the product of this. So it is equal to. So just I will write the value of this one. So note that the calculator is not allowed. So this is what 2700 is the required answer. Right? You may verify this. What? 108 into 225 upon 9. You can divide by this is 9 here or 9 here. So this 108 figure is very nice here. Just divide by 225. Divide 225 by 9 here. So 9 into this is a 2 and 5. This is 5. Okay. Now you know the easy product of this one. 200. So 200. So that means this is 0. So again 0, that means double 2, and 27 plus 2 is 27. Okay. So this is the correct answer. Okay. So I hope that you understand all these things. Okay. So this is all related to the prime numbers. Okay. So I hope that you understand this one. Just try to solve one more problem on the canonical form. Take any number right, and express that number in the canonical form, right. You have seen how to find a GCD with the help of this one. Okay, so you are familiar with this one, right. Only what here was for canonical, so you are writing here 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. Instead of this one, you have to write the this as the power of the primes in the form of the power of the prime, product of the power of the primes you have to write. That is the canonical form. Okay, so we'll stop here.